we're here to talk about this collection, which is, over my shoulder here. And, this book emerged out of a series of conversations that David Remnick and I had in the really chaotic aftermath of George Floyd's death. I wonder if we could talk a little bit about your perspectives in the immediate aftermath of seeing, George Floyd's death, and where that brought you as
Sure.
writers, what your vantage point
Oh, sure.
was.
Well, I have never seen the video. I couldn't bring myself to see it. For me, when I hear his last words or calling for his mother, he feels like my son. And in fact, I think I could very
Mhm.
well have been his mother. It was the one thing I was unable to write about. I could write about I've written about the pandemic. I've written about, but I just couldn't write about it. I don't understand why anyone would want to say they're white. I mean, it's like one thing about when I first came to America, I met all these people who would say they're white. They were from Lebanon, they were from Poland, they were from Italy, they were from Spain, they were from all over places that British people never thought of as white.
It's
Fine, I gotta
interesting
stop.
because Toni Morrison has an essay in the collection, talking about that, kind of cataloging the idea of being white and how people from Europe were turned into white people in this country for ideological reasons and hierarchical reasons, and the kind of social catastrophe that unfolded as a result of that.
Yeah, I have a little bit of a problem.
Absolutely.
Um, I he- I hear people all the time generalizing about white people. I come out of a generation where the civil rights movement, where white people died for us, and I don't want us to forget that. I was also thinking about some of the other people who you've included in the book, The Matter of Black Lives, who are not themselves black, but who have written wonderful, wonderful pieces about people of color. But they are things that I have learned from people of all colors. But having grown up in the South during segregation, I learned a lot of this from my black parents and church people and neighbors. But we can't be pessimistic, otherwise we're going to lose our democracy and lose what's important to us. Let's don't give up on this country. It's too important to preserve. And every news show today that I listen to are talking about, is this the end of democracy? Well, hey, no. We got to fight. We fought before. This is not new. COVID is new, but the rest of it is not new.
I came to the magazine right after Trayvon Martin's death, and the first thing that I wrote was a piece called "Trayvon Martin and the Parameters of Hope," about the paradox of having of the first black president and this language, this political rhetoric of hope, and at the same time seeing this young man dead with no real legal recourse.
One thing about the African American communities, in spite of everything, it is full of hope and it does not give up. So she's right about when people say democracy is dying, democracy is dying. Well, African Americans have been living with the death of democracy from forever, and they still believe in democracy. So quickly, a great big thank you to Charlayne for not only her life, but you said so many wonderful, important things today that I will think about. So thank you. It's an honor to be on any panel with you, really.
Well,
Thank you.
thank you. You've just made my day. I don't know what it was, but
Um,
I'll give you a call. We can talk about it.